designed to help you advance, earn higher pay, and enjoy better benefits. With a clear path to success, you'll get the skills you need for a brighter future. Don't wait. Contact Steamfitters Local 601 today and start your journey toward a rewarding career with more opportunities. Visit steam601.org to learn more. Steamfitters Local 601, keepers of the craft, powering Wisconsin.
The Brew Crew is on fire, and so is your shine when you wash at Tsunami Express Car Wash. Keep your ride looking its best all season long. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Back with you on the On Deck Show, built by Menards. Brewers and Phillies getting set for Game 2 of this series. Time now for the starting lineups. They're presented by Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now. Supporting Wisconsin's critical infrastructure. Visit WIIN at wisconsininfrastructure.com. The Phillies come in at 80-58 on the year. They lead off with Trey Turner at shortstop. Batting second is the designated hitter Kyle Schwarber. Bryce Harper bats third at first base. Cleanup batter is the catcher JT Realmuto. Alec Bohm bats fifth. He's at third. Harrison Bader in the sixth spot in center field today for Philadelphia. Batting seventh is the right fielder, Nick Castellanos. Edmundo Sosa bats eighth at second base. And batting ninth in left field, Weston Wilson. On the mound for the Phillies tonight is the right-handed veteran, Aaron Nola. Again for Philadelphia, Turner, Schwarber, Harper, Realmuto, Bohm, Bader, Castellanos, Sosa, and Wilson. And again, Nola is on the bump. The Brewers come in at 85-54. They lead off with Bryce Terang at second base. Batting second, the designated hitter Jackson Churio. William Contreras bats third. He does the catching. Cleanup hitter is the right fielder Sal Frelick. Batting fifth in left field, Isaac Collins. Batting sixth, the center fielder Blake Perkins. Jake Bowers bats seventh at first base. Batting eighth is the third baseman Anthony Siegler. And batting ninth is the shortstop, Joey Ortiz. On the mound for the Crew, left-handed veteran Jose Quintana. Again for the Brewers, Terang, Churio, Contreras, Frelick, Collins, Perkins, Bowers, Siegler, and Ortiz. And again, Quintana gets the start on the mound for the Crew. Our umpire lineup presented by Cannon and Dumpy. Since 1985, they've been leading the way, recovering over $1 billion for clients for fairness on the field and justice off of it. Trust Cannon and Dumpy. Alex McKay is the first base umpire. Chris Siegel at second. Crew chief Alan Porter is at third. And Jim Wolf has home plate here tonight for this one between the Brewers and the Phillies. More of the On Deck Show, built by Menards, when we return after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
Dear baseball fans, swing into action with Toyota's 2025 lineup. Leading off, the RAV4, a utility all-star that delivers in the clutch. On deck, the spacious Grand Highlander, followed by the fuel-savvy Corolla. Next up, our slugger Tacoma, bringing upper deck power every at-bat. And rounding out the lineup, the playmaking all-hybrid Camry. For more, visit Toyota.com or...
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm going to get a nice heavy glizzy. You got to have chili on there. You got to have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you got to have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You got to have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Batting six now for Detroit, number 30.
Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. You know, and I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
Renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
Wisconsin's Morning News is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Petrano.
A battle in court scheduled on President Trump's attempt to fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook.
Eric Bilstad.
Overseas, Israeli officials say they've recovered the bodies of 2 people who had been taken hostage by Hamas.
And traffic with Debbie Lozica.
Northbound on 41, we've got some backups from Mayfair Road, pretty much all the way up towards Hampton.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ.
Now is the time. During our spring sales event, we have vehicles on the ground and ready to go.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. Fields is the vehicle you want, in stock, and ready for delivery.
New inventory is arriving daily. All new makes and models to choose from, even the hard-to-find full-size Range Rover and Range Rover Sport.
So, no matter how you'd like to visit, online or in person, we're here to provide you world-class service.
Stop searching for your next luxury vehicle and see Fields first at Land Rover Waukesha. Go to LandRoverWaukesha.com.
This one is way out there and gone.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches. A hand steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Now, representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
Man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's Pantar.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound, hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
Okay, I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindos.
After a rough start against the Diamondbacks in his last outing, Quintana going just 3 2/3 in that outing. Brewers will look for a little more length from him tonight. It'll be against a very good lineup in this Phillies lineup. With the play-by-play of tonight's game, here is Jeff Lovering.
Thank you so much, Lane. A reminder that this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. Message also brought to you by our friends at the Boucher Automotive Group. Visit them today at Boucher.com or just pop in. They'd love to see you and take care of you. Jose Quintana, set to make his 14th career start against these Philadelphia Phillies, had never beaten them until last year when he was with the Mets. Started against them back in June. Had pitched well, 5 innings of 2-run ball. Got a no decision in that appearance. He'll face Trey Turner right out of the chute, Kyle Schwarber, and then Bryce Harper. Turner in the right-handed batter's box, hitting at .301, 14 homers, driven in 66. Quintana winds, and his first pitch of the game is off the plate away, and off we go. First pitch of Brewers baseball brought to you by Carbliss. Premium cocktails in a can. Enjoy every pitch at American Family Field and find Carbliss right here inside the stadium. Carbliss, less is more. 1-0 is outside. 2 balls and no strikes on Trey Turner. Roof is closed. Panels are open. As Lane said, a lot of rain in the area today. Not as much as back in the beginning part of August. 2-0. Turner fouls it back. 2 balls, 1 strike. Everybody, when the rain comes now, after all that flooding, you start to get worried. Yeah, double checking everything.
Battery backups.
2 balls and a strike on Trey Turner. Quintana throws again to the plate, and a swing and a miss. Good fastball to 91, off the plate away. It's 2-2. 72 degrees inside American Family Field, 65 degrees outside. At our first pitch, right on time at 6:40 as Turner hits one on the ground at third. Nice pick by Siegler on a bounce. Throws to first in time to get Trey Turner. 1 up and 1 down. Kind of a slow developing play, but an out recorded by Siegler over at third. Kyle Schwarber is the hitter. The rest of the Brewers defensively tonight. It's Collins, Perkins, and Frelick left to right in the outfield. Siegler, Ortiz, Terang, and Bowers third to first on the infield, and William Contreras yet again doing the catching. Kyle Schwarber, the DH, 49 homers for him. He's driven in 119. First pitch is a strike at the knees. 1-1 on Schwarber, average at 245. Was 0 for 4 on Monday, drew a walk. Had 3 strikeouts in the game. 1 pitch, hit foul, and it's 0-2. It was Schwarber who drew the walk to open up the 9th inning against Abner Uribe. It was pinch run for at second base after the controversial check swing appeal denied on JT Realmuto's potential strike 3 that flipped the inning. 0-2 pitch. Schwarber took it wide. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jim Wolf, who was at first base in that game on Monday, is behind the plate tonight. 1-2 pitch is up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brewers and Phillies. Brewers own the season series so far, 3-1. Game 5 tonight. 2-2 pitch to Schwarber. Strike 3 called. Right at the knees on the outside corner, and Schwarber is rung up, and Schwarber getting in the face of Jim Wolf. Wow, that was a really aggressive first inning in the face argument from Kyle Schwarber. Ooh. And we've seen Schwarber do that before, but it was in the 9th inning. And Kyle Schwarber went nose to nose with Jim Wolf and said some choice things on his way towards his own dugout on the third base side. Bryce Harper at the plate, and the pitch to him, a swing and a miss and a breaking ball. It's a good thing you were not watching it on television or listening on radio, because we don't have to describe what we read the lips saying.
He couldn't wait to throw Pat Murphy out on Monday.
I will say, in his defense, the 0-1 is down low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. When Murph was upset at Jim Wolf about the appeal and the denial on the check swing of JT Realmuto, Jim Wolf gave him a stay in the dugout, and Pat Murphy didn't stay in the dugout, and that's when the ejection came. So he didn't heed the warning. I get that. He had every right to be upset. 1-1, a swing and a miss. Change up from Quintana, and Harper in a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Ortho ASAP strikeout, by the way, for Quintana. and tries to deal with Bryce Harper, homered in the game on Monday. 1-2 pitch. Missed away. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The only thing I'll say about that is he gave the warning, and as he was finishing the warning, he was running him.
As soon as Pat Murphy made his way towards Jim Wolf, it was, all right, that's enough. 2-2 on Harper. Quintana wheels and deals. That just missed wide. Maybe a baseball and a half off the outside corner. Count runs full on Bryce Harper. JT Realmuto is on deck. Schwarber and Harper, the only 2 lefties in the lineup tonight for Rob Thompson. Everybody else right-handed hitters. 3-2 and on the way from Quintana. Line down the left field line, foul. Ends off the netting and just past the tarp. Stays at 3-2. Good crowd tonight, and we've got some of man's best friend of the ballpark. It's Bark in the Park night. So if you hear some dogs barking from time to time, it's not just Lane saying he's hungry. It's Bark in the Park Day. There you go. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Delayed. That is outside. Ball 4 on Bryce Harper. So a 2-out walk to Harper sets the stage for JT Realmuto. I mean, they've got everything with the dogs, of course. Yeah. They're up in the 400 level. They've got the relief areas and treats and water, and even on the scoreboard, the balls, strikes, and outs are being displayed with dog bones. And the visiting team headshots, Philadelphia Phillies tonight. The pitch is a ball low with a changeup. 1 ball, no strikes on Realmuto. Because they are the visiting team, they are being depicted. They're headshots of cats. 1-0 pitch. Realmuto took it inside. And it's 2 balls, no strikes. And Quintana, after getting ahead of Bryce Harper early in that at bat, having a hard time buying a strike.
I never knew JT Realmuto made such a beautiful cat.
Now, I'm not a cat person. It's not my jam. Here's a 2-0 to Realmuto, and it's a strike. Didn't have to be. It was at the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike. So I don't know what type of cat that is. I know it's gray, and they're just fluffy cats to me. Now, is that a tabby cat, or is that a...
That's not a tabby.
I don't know. Yellow, beady eyes, though. That freaks me out. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball towards third, and it's under the glove of Siegler into left field. Harper's going to try and get to third base. Here comes the throw there, and it's late. Now a throw to first. Realmuto's going to be out. Realmuto straight too far around the first base bag, and Anthony Siegler threw him out to end the inning. See how they rule that play over at third, whether it's a hit or an error. Regardless, Quintana's out of the inning. Brewers go on offense when we come back. No score on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Analyzing the news. Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco Card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
University, your first choice for a flexible, career-focused education on your schedule. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Jose Quintana putting up a 0 in that top of the first inning. It wasn't the prettiest, but it gets the job done as Bryce Terang, the Player of the Month in the National League for August, just announced yesterday on the team's off day. He'll dig in against Aaron Nola. 13th start for Nola this year, 3-7, an ERA of almost 6.5. Terang homer to open up the ball game on Monday, and the first pitch from Nola is a strike right down the middle at 92. That's about the cruising speed these days for Nola. Fastball with some sinking action, a big curveball, and a changeup. 0-1 on Terang, and the pitch inside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Bryce Terang. We were talking about the felines that are representing the Philadelphia Phillies. Brewers are being depicted as dogs. He's a good boy. 1-1 to Terang is inside. Tried to come back with a sinker, and it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. That looks like a mastiff. I don't know if it is a mastiff, but it's a big dog. The beast. It's Bark Terang. 2-1 inside. 3 balls and a strike. So now we're going to have some fun figuring out these names for the Brewers and the dog breeds. It won't last long. Don't worry, it's okay. It's fun to talk about. The 3-1 is off the plate away, and it's a leadoff walk for Bark Terang. Ortho ASAP walk right in. There is a difference. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. So the leadoff man is aboard. And Jackson Churio digs in. He's the DH. Quick Trip Around the Bases this month is presented by Hershey's. Tonight's contestant in the Quick Trip Around the Bases contest is Margaret Fleischhacker from Little Falls, Minnesota. Lane's laughing at the dogs. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. Throw to second base is going to be late. Terang swipes the bag. Each and every stolen base by the Brewers. Another donation to Special Olympics Wisconsin, courtesy of Delta Dental and Delta Vision. 2 great plans, one name we trust. Can I finish the read? Lane is absolutely just laughing his face off right now. Margaret Fleischhacker has nothing to do with the name. It has to do with what's on the video board. The Brewers score in the first inning. Margaret will win a $100 Quick Trip gift card, compliments of Hershey's and Quick Trip. Okay, Lane, would you like to do the honors since you're laughing so much?
It's your inning. You got it. I don't know if I can do it without giggling.
Barkson Churio, spelled C-H-E-W-R-I-O.
I love it.
Barkson Churio.
I was thinking maybe they'd go Jackal Churio, but that's not really a domesticated dog. It's a dog, I guess, right?
Gosh. Pitch was a strike on Churio. Here's the delivery. It's inside. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, that's a retriever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a golden retriever out there. The Brewers cap on and smiling. A run-scoring opportunity for Jackson Churio. Here comes the 1-1. Tapper foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was his first look at the big curveball from Nola. It's creative, I'll give him that. Churio was supposed to get a day off today, but Christian Yelich scratched with some back stiffness about half an hour before first pitch. Right as we were about ready to go on the air for the pregame show. 1-2 on Churio, the pitch. Up and in, and it hit him. Oh, my goodness. Churio, I think it got him either in the elbow or in the hand pad. He wears both pads. Again, the elbow and right above the wrist and top of his hand for that very reason. Brad Epstein going out to check on Churio, and he seems to be okay. But fastball up and in, and it hit him right in that hand pad. That's why you wear it. Protect yourself from pitches up and in just like that. So a walk and a hit batter, and the stage is set for the B for the Brewers order. Thumbs up, says I'm good. William Contreras 2 for 5 with a double in Monday's game. Brewers are set up. Potential big inning against Nola. First pitch is a strike. And a wait just a beat and a half for Jimmy Pipes to make his call behind home plate. Jim Wolf. 0-1 on Contreras. The pitch is another strike. Slightly low, but got the call. William Contreras is William Terrier.
I love it. I'm going to say that after every one of these.
I love it.
I love it.
Great speed on the bases. Terang and Churio. The 0-2 pitch to Contreras. Hit fouled on the right field line, and Contreras is in full-on swing mode. If the pitch is anywhere near the strike zone, Contreras is going to be taking a hack. And he just asked Jim Wolf, was that pitch going to be a strike? And Jim Wolf said, nope, it was going to be wide. Contreras again down to the count 0-2, and a turn back towards second base. Nola essentially just lifted his leg and put it right back down. Not really supposed to be able to do that. You have to gain ground going towards second base. Never see that called, but letter of the law. 0-2 again. Line to the right. That's going to be a base hit. They'll hold Terang as Castellanos got to that baseball quickly, and it got to him very fast. The bases are loaded for today's cleanup hitter, Sal Frelick. An 0-2 base hit from Contreras. Nobody out, and bases full of Brewers. Cleanup hitter, Sal Frelick. That's brought to you by Loyal Family Renovations. Clean up any home damage at Loyal Family, located in Muskego, serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for a free inspection today. Here's Sal. 298, 10 homers, 53 driven in. First pitch. Curveball outside, ball one. Nola already up to 14 pitches, facing his fourth hitter of the inning. Delivery. Swing and a miss. The big curveball. And it's 1-1 strike. This year with the bases loaded for Sal Frelick, he is 1 for 13. He's driven in 4 in such circumstances. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at the high fastball, and it's 1-2 strikes. A situation that is screaming for contact with one of the best contact hitters in the league. Infield back, double play depth up the middle. Bohm behind the bag at third. 1-2 pitch. In tight. Tried to get him to chase, wouldn't do it. 2-2 strikes. The rest of the defensive alignment for the Phillies. Weston Wilson is out in left. Bader in center. Castellanos in right. Bohm, Turner, Sosa, and Harper third to first on the infield. Real Muto catches. 2-2 on Frelick. Going in, the pitch. Chopper, first base side and foul. Right to Julio Borbon in the first base coaching box. Brewers are set up for a big inning. Take a bite out of Aaron Nola, who is 7-2 in his 14 previous starts against the Brewers' lifetime. The ERA just a hair above 2.5. Sal waiting on a 2-2. The pitch. It's hit into shallow center, falling fast and down, a base hit. The throw is going to go to third, and it hits Churio. Hits off the sidewall. Churio coming home. The flip. Safe! Jackson Churio comes home on the bad throw, and it's 2-0 Milwaukee. Really risky of Jackson Churio to try and score on that play. First of all, he was almost hung out to dry between second and third. Really stuck in no man's land no matter what because of where that ball landed. So he did a really good job of getting in the throwing lane of where Bader was going to be throwing to Alec Bohm, totally legal. And then, after the ball got away from third base. Nola was backing the play up. It caromed off of the Phillies dugout. Chourio got up, and he was able to get underneath the tag of JT Realmuto. That's a pure athletic play from Jackson Chourio. And now Caleb Cotham, the pitching coach, is out to have a word with Aaron Nola. Still nobody out. And every trip to the mound presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Hitch a ride to Brewers home games on a Potawatomi Sportsbook game day shuttle. Make any purchase in the sportsbook or same-day sports bet to get a wristband and a seat on the shuttle. How about the pitch that Frelick hit? I mean, it was almost in the dirt. If he doesn't swing at that pitch, it is absolutely in the dirt. So Isaac Collins is at the plate with 2 on at first and second and nobody out. 2 runs in. Pitch home. Collins takes high for ball 1. Credit Frelick with 1 run batted in and a base hit into center field. The other run comes on the error from Harrison Bader, the outfielder. 1-0 to Collins. Line to right. Back Castellanos at the track. It is gone. The 3-run homer for Isaac Collins. 5 batters in. It's 5-0 Milwaukee. Well, I guess the day off did the Brew Crew some good on the offensive end. Isaac Collins with his 9th home run of the season. And off the bat, I wasn't so sure. Change up down and away. Got the bat head to it, and just enough to get it out over that short porch in right field into the Aurora Healthcare bullpen. Blake Perkins at the plate. And he will take a strike from Nola on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Margaret Fleischhacker from Little Falls, Minnesota, a winner in our quick trip around the bases contest. Too bad you don't get $100 for every run. Perkins swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Just $100 quick trip gift card.
Winner 5 times over.
Big first inning. 3 straight hits, 2 singles, and now the homer. It's Perkins. And he takes low. Not by much. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Walk, hit by pitch. Single by Contreras. Single by Frelick. An error mixed in there. And then the 3-run homer. 1-2. Down low and in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. OE's station ID will get there in a couple of moments. 2-2 pitch to Blake Perkins. Swing and a foul held on to by Realmuto. And that's the first out of the inning. Now 10 seconds station ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Lane Grindle and Kent Sommerfeld, Jeff Levering with you. Jake Bowers is our hitter. And the pitch is a strike no, just off the inside corner for ball 1 on Bowers. 5-0 Milwaukee. Pitch is a strike, and it's 1-1. Every home run the Brewers hit, $100 is donated thanks to our friends at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. $100 to Hunger Task Force Milwaukee, making a difference to fight hunger in our community. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. 1-1 is a strike on the inside corner. 1-2 on Jake Barkers. Feels like a stretch, but I am a big fan of his headshot. Bernie's Mountain Dog. Looks like my dog Roy's cousin. 1-2 pitch. Inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And you don't even have to stretch the picture to give it the right ratio on the video board. That's exactly how big a Bernese Mountain Dog actually is.
Life size, yes. Very much so. Takes up almost half the video board. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here it comes. Bowers swings and misses at a curveball. Back-to-back Ks for Nola. And the 8th man to come to the plate in the inning is Anthony Siegler. Brewers baseball brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Great taste, only 96 calories. It's Miller time. This one was too easy. I could have figured this one was given. For Anthony Siegler, he is Anthony Beagler. Nice Beagle dog. Left-handed batter. The pitch from Nola. Hit to center. Backing up is Bader, karaokeing his way into the gap and makes the catch. And the inning finally comes to a close. The Brewers score 5 times in the opening inning. They lead 5-0 as we go to the second on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Members of Liuna are the most...
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a picture.
Second inning has the Phillies coming up with Bohm, Bader, and Castellanos. 5-0 Milwaukee. As Jose Quintana works with the lead, and his first pitch to Alec Bohm is a strike at the knees. Low strike is open for business tonight for Jim Wolf. Good day to be a sinker baller. 0-1 on Bohm. Ground ball back to Quintana. Casually fields it, flips it over to first base. 1 up and 1 down on just a couple of pitches to Bohm. Now's your opportunity to get a good shutdown inning if you're Jose Quintana. Well, nothing beats the heat like cold, creamy Cedar Crest ice cream. Now, on a day like today, it's just a delicious treat. You don't have to beat the heat because it was rainy and cloudy. Grab your Cedar Crest just because you want to. First pitch to Bader, fouled away right side.
Nothing takes the clouds out of your day like a cold bowl of caramel collision Cedar Crest ice cream.
Okay, so last night, off day, I hammered an entire pint of caramel collision. That is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. I am neither ashamed nor embarrassed that's what I did at home.
Kind of jealous.
It was really good. 1-1. Ground ball back to Quintana again. A little tougher play this time, and he throws Bader out. Bader ran up the first baseline about halfway and then flipped the bat maybe 30 feet in the air. I mean, some frustration. Sure, I get it, but
he threw it forward. It almost landed back on him. That would have been karma, I guess.
Hey, there's a song about that.
Yeah.
Here's Castellanos. And a swing and a foul. First pitch sinker down and away. What I didn't have yesterday, I did have the Cedar Crest, but I didn't have any U-zingers. I did have some Pine River cheese spread, though. 0-1 to Castellanos is away. 1 ball, 1 strike. So I was 2 out of 3 out of our holy trinity of deliciousness that we talk about. 1-1 pitch. Castellanos, another ground ball back to Quintana. He's got it, flips to first. How many times has that ever happened in Major League Baseball? All comebackers to Jose Quintana. He took care of them all. He's trying not to smile. He wants to smile. He's not going to do it. It's a 3 up and 3 down shutdown inning. He told his teammates,
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker, and here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting. And now he's back to the left side, and a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch that was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
There to protect your dreams.
Bottom of the second inning. 5-0 Brewers. 9-1-2 coming up against Aaron Nola. After Jose Quintana took care of all the ground balls in that half inning against the Philadelphia Phillies. Joey Ortiz waits for the first one from Nola, and he's got a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Okay, it's the last one because we've gone through the lineup, so we're going to go 9 for 9. Joey Maltese. Joey Maltese.
What was Collins?
I didn't get Collins.
Yeah, I didn't get that one either.
There's a strike on Ortiz, and it's 0-2. They did Blake Barkins, I believe, for Blake Perkins.
Mark Perkins.
Oh, it was Bark
same
Perkins?
As Terang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bark Perkins. Come on. 0-2, ground ball left side. Bohm has it and slings it across to get Ortiz. They went Bark Perkins. They went Bark for both Blakes.
Yeah, they doubled down on the Bark.
Interesting. Okay. Here's Bryce Terang, or Bark Terang.
Yeah, Kent said it had to be a collie, right, for Isaac Collins?
Did it?
That's my guess. I don't know what it was. I didn't see that one.
I didn't see it either. Well, hopefully he comes to the plate again in this inning, and then we can get to it. Terang is going to be down in the count 0-1 with the foul ball to left.
He didn't see it either. He was too busy homering.
Yes. Early in the at-bat.
He went home like a good boy.
Like a good boy. Nola winds and deals. Curveball flipped in there for a strike. Well, after the first 5 hitters, Nola's settled in. Walked the first man he faced in Terang, hit Churio, base hit, homer. Nola has locked it in. 0-2 is a fastball up and in, didn't miss by much. The high strike isn't there. The low strike certainly is. One out, bottom of the second inning, 5-0 Brewers. 1-2 pitch. Line foul, 2-2. Should say 1-2 still. Don't miss a Brewers embossed crew neck sweatshirt giveaway. First 25,000 ticketed fans through the gates on Saturday, September 13th. It's courtesy of U.S. Cellular. Check out the sweatshirt. Get your seats, brewers.com. 1-2 again. Hit into left center. Got some carry. Bader back. And a collision in left center. Nobody comes up with it. Terang is around second. He is headed for third. And he is standing at third base with a triple. Bader and Weston Wilson were both in a hot pursuit of that line drive in the gap. I think Wilson had the best chance at making the catch, but neither communicated with one another very well. Ball was going right at Weston Wilson. Bader went into a foot-first slide and took out Wilson. Because of that collision, nobody could make the catch, and then it caromed off of Wilson's body and towards center field. And now we will have the trainer and Rob Thompson, the manager, come out and check on Weston Wilson, who appeared to get the worst of that collision. Got upended by Harrison Bader. Legs went out from underneath him. Trainer is out, and Weston Wilson getting checked on. He's had some injury problems this year, had an oblique issue. Rob Thompson is out there. Trey Turner has walked out from his shortstop position. Nobody's checking on Harrison Bader. Again, Bader went low. Weston Wilson went high, and Wilson's going to stay in the ball game.
You would think at some point you got to communicate on that play in the gap. As a center fielder, Bader just yelled West on, at some point.
I mean, he could have just said Wilson. Here's Churio. Infield's up. Swing a line drive, foul down the right field line. Oh, that's great. Jackson Churio. You're so glad you have to do play-by-play right now, Lane.
My mic has been off for the last 60 seconds.
That's all right. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. One of our favorite public address announcers down in Arizona has a affinity for pronouncing the O's in people's names.
Yeah, so we just had a little fun with it there.
Which is exactly where that came from. Originally from Weston Wilson.
Cactus League legend.
So good. Here's the 0-2. And that's a called third strike on the outside corner. Churio rung up. And that is the second out of the inning. A missed opportunity with a runner at third and less than 2 outs, and Churio had the bat on his shoulder. Contreras at the plate, singled and scored on the 3-run homer by Collins. And a check swing. He went. That will make fans here less than happy. Whether he win or not. After Monday's brouhaha, that would be an appropriate time to throw in the word kerfuffle. 0-1. Tapper foul by Contreras. And it's 0-2. Do I get extra credit for saying brouhaha and kerfuffle within a sentence of one another?
I'm willing to grant extra credit for that. Yeah, absolutely.
Kent just gave me a star. Thanks, buddy.
Kent gives out the stars, apparently.
Yeah, it's the first star I've ever heard of. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. And the inning ends. A couple of strikeouts for Nola. He's got 4. We had the triple from Terang and some good laughs. But the Brewers do not score a run. We go to the third. 5-0 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Loyalty, family. Few things are more important.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd bowl in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Well, we had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ballpark with your kid, what's most important? You got to get snacks for Junior. This is a rare father-son first base coaching combo.
Well, after Dinger put up a sign that said, "Mrs. Met, call me," Mrs. Met has her response.
That hit my bat. That was a foul ball I want to hit. He was trying to stay in the hit. See, look, he said, foul ball, foul ball. He didn't want to go down to first base. He wanted to hit.
From Schneider and their professional truck drivers, slow down, move over, drive safely in work zones. All right, Quintana's back to work, and so's Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you very much, Jeff. A serious couple of innings in front of us. Edmundo Sosa leads off for the Phillies. And a brief delay here, and now it seems to be that we're ready to resume. Sosa 1 for 3 on Monday. 271 hitter on the year with 7 home runs. First pitch to him is a fly ball into right, but playable. Back into his left a couple of steps, about 2 steps shy of the warning track. Is Frelick to make the catch, and there's one away here in the top half of the third. Here's a club you're going to want to get into. Club Citgo, the super easy app. It opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Download the Club Citgo app today. Here's Weston Wilson. First pitch from Quintana is on the inside edge. It's 0-1. Wilson, a Brewers farmhand, and as we said last inning, a Cactus League legend. He played in so many games for the Brewers. Here's a fly ball into shallow left center. Racing in is Perkins. He's going to get there in time to make the catch. 2 down, and that'll get Trey Turner to the plate. He was playing in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings of, it felt like, every Cactus League game for 4 years, maybe more.
A lot of those guys become legendary. Think about the Nate Orfs of the world, right? Playing every single game.
How about Nate Orf? Yeah. Turner's the batter. 0 for 1 today. First pitch to him is a strike on the outside edge. And it's 0-1. Not only has Quintana been effective so far, he's been incredibly efficient. He's at just 33 pitches with 2 outs here in the third. 0-1 to Turner. That is right through there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Yadiel Rivera made it up in the big leagues, but so did Nate Orf. And now Weston Wilson's up 2. Pitch is low. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Kyle Wren. Are really digging deep now.
I can tell you every one of those guys' colleges. Because those are the things you're getting into in the 7th and 8th inning of the Cactus League, right? 1-2 pitch, way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Weston Wilson, Clemson. Kyle Wren, Georgia Tech. Nate Orff, Baylor.
Yeah, buddy.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Turner. The pitch, and he missed a touch low with a changeup. Count is full. It's 3-2.
Yadiel Rivera, Puerto Rico.
Yes. That was my first spring training, was the year Yadiel was the unofficial MVP of the Cactus League. 3-2 pitch is down low, and Turner works a 2-out walk here. So Turner will reach in front of Schwarber. Schwarber struck out looking and then had words for Jim Wolf back in the first inning, 0 for 1 today. That's not true. There is no unofficial or official MVP, but Yadiel had that great camp in 2016, made the opening day roster. First offering to Schwarber is low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Turner with speed over at first, but a 5-0 Brewers lead here in the 3rd. And Schwarber at the plate. Quintana brings home the pitch, and that is a strike at the knees with a 2-seam fastball at 91. 1-1 the count here on Schwarber. 0 for 4 on Monday, so 0 for 5 so far in this series for Schwarber. This was the other candidate, really, for the NL Player of the Month. And he took just a touch wide with a sinker. That's a very close pitch by Quintana. And it's 2-1. Pretty good pitch from Jose there. Might have been just a touch off the plate. 2-1 pitch. And that one caught the outside edge. Similar pitch, just in maybe another baseball. And it's 2-2.
When you look at that Player of the Month race, yeah, Schwarber hit 12 homers, had 17 extra base hits, but he hit 223, also doesn't play defense.
Right. I mean, to me, it was a pretty easy call. 2-2s down and away, 3 balls and 2 strikes. If you look at home runs and RBIs, certainly Schwarber had a pretty good case, but when you took everything into account, there's no doubt that Bryce Terang deserved that honor and was happy to see that he earned that honor. Count is full here on Schwarber. Quintana looking in. Raises the leg in the pitch, and he missed low. Ooh, that just missed. I mean, that easily could have been called strike 3 at the very bottom of the strike zone. I suppose it was a touch low, but now back-to-back walks for Quintana, and he's walked 3 in this game. When he has had issues this year, the walks have been a part of that story. So now 2 on and 2 outs for Bryce Harper. It's a big moment in this game early on for Jose Quintana. First pitch, a half swing and a miss on a breaking ball down and away. It's 0-1. That was a great pitch with Harper at the plate. Take advantage of him trying to jump on the first pitch. And now he's going to ask for time here. So you got Turner at second and Schwarber at first. Again, 2 outs in the inning. Quintana looks at second. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Came right back with another slurve. Down and away. And Harper went after it again, and now he's got to hit on your terms if you're Quintana. Quintana looks back at second, and the 0-2 pitch. Down and away. Tried to triple down on that pitch. And that time Harper didn't offer. He was going to throw it until Bryce didn't chase it. Harper homered on Monday, 2 for 5 on Monday. He's battled some injuries over the course of this year. Quintana again, a look at second, the 1-2 pitch. Down in the dirt. Smothered nicely by Contreras as he blocked that pitch down in the dirt. That was a changeup. And again, Harper was not leaving the zone on that pitch. So the count evens at 2-2. Jose again brings home the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Came back with another slurve. And that's a huge ortho ASAP strikeout for Jose Quintana. Just his second strikeout of the night. But the Phillies strand a pair. And we go to the bottom of the third.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches. A hand steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
My security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
Business finances? Don't just bank with anyone. Tri-City, your hometown bank.
It is 5-0 Brewers as we head to the bottom of the third here at American Family Field. Sal Frelick to lead things off for the crew. Frelick, Collins, and Perkins to hit for the Brewers against Aaron Nola. 46 pitches through the first 2 innings for the Phillies right-hander. Brings home the first pitch to Frelick and drops a curveball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Brewers got to him for 5 runs in the first. There was the 1-out triple from Terang in the second inning. But then back-to-back strikeouts of Churio and Contreras. Frelick checks on a pitch that missed inside. That was a fastball at 91. And it's a ball and a strike. Nola's 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a changeup down below the zone. 1-2 on Sal. Nola was a problem for the Brewers a year ago. In 2 starts against the Crew last year, Nola allowed just 1 run on 5 hits in 14 combined innings. The pitch, Sal popped it up. This one into foul territory. Real Muto sheds the mask and just in front of the screen has enough room to make the catch for the first out of the third. 1 away for Isaac Collins. Well, no dental insurance, but you need dental care. The new Wisconsin Dental Association Dental Savings Club can save you up to 55% from a statewide network of trusted WDA dentists. Join at WDAclub.com. Time for our Potawatomi Casino Hotel 3-bagger in the third contest. Isaac Collins takes a little bit high. It's 1-0. Our contestant is Joseph Toth from Sheboygan. Joseph will win a Potawatomi prize package as Collins checks on a strike and it's 1-1. If a member of the Crew hits a triple this inning, visit WTMJ.com to enter in for official contest rules. One ball and 1 strike on Collins, who homered in his last at bat. The pitch. And he checked on a fastball that missed up at 92. It is 2-1. Collins with 9 home runs now on the year, 54 driven in. And the pitch. Lifts one in the air down the left field line in foul territory, and it'll hit on top of the tarp. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Collins. Collins had the pinch hit swing that was memorable, tied the game up in Monday's game. What a game Monday was. He walked away from it with a sour taste. Certainly felt like one got away from the Brewers, but at the same time, if you're just a fan of a baseball game and wanting to be entertained, there's plenty of it in terms of entertainment in that game. 2-2 to Collins, missed low with a curveball. And the count is full. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. These are 2 of the best teams in baseball. And they played a game that, in terms of the competitiveness and the back and forth, it would resemble the 2 best teams in baseball. 3-2. That is a called third strike at the very top of the zone of the sinking fastball. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the third for Blake Perkins. And Nola starting to feel it a little bit now. A little bit better location. Curveball certainly has become a better pitch for him. That's always been the big one for him. But he didn't have anything really working early on in this one. And the Brewers have raced out to a 5-0 lead. First pitch to Perkins is wide, and it's 1-0. But he seems to have found whatever it was he was looking for now. Much more effective. 1-0 pitch. And a check swing. Past Nola, but fielded by Bohm. He'll throw it to first in time to retire Perkins, and the Brewers go down in order in the bottom of the third. We head to the 4th inning, 5-0 Brewers on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
What's on tap?
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a picture.
Yeah, mine was a tops now as well. I hit my first walk-off last year against the Mets.
Jacob Young, Nationals win. Now he's got his first walk-off big league hit.
Dad had bought a stack of them. And I was like, I think we can get these ourselves, but he went ahead and bought a stack for himself.
Like business cards. There you go.
But it was awesome just to, have that moment and have everyone so excited to, have a picture of you is a fun moment.
Jose Quintana, 49 pitches through his first 3 innings of work. Out there on the mound to face JT Realmuto. Realmuto, the base hit back in the first inning, and then was out on the base pass. First pitch swinging and foul over to the ball boy near the on-deck circle. It's 0-1. We just got a look on our monitors of the big softball game last night at Hellfair Field here on the grounds at American Family Field. 0-1 is a chopper. Off the mound is Quintana, bobbled it. Just didn't field it cleanly. It was going to be a challenging play. I would think this would likely be ruled a base hit. It is. And so Realmuto has himself a single innings aboard in front of Alec Bohm. The Pud Galvin is the name of that softball game last night. And we just got some video evidence of Mike DeSalo blowing out a tire as he crossed first base. PR man extraordinaire here with the Brewers. First pitch to Bohm. He is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. I'm also told that later on in that same sequence, he was doubled off of second base. Wasn't his finest inning of work. 0-1 is a ground ball to first, fielded by Bauer, steps on the bag, throws to second, and Ortiz applies the tag, and it's a 3-6 double play. Change up down and away, hit it off the end of the bat right to Bowers, who basically fielded it and stepped on the bag in one motion. Became a tag play at second, and Ortiz got the tag down in time on Realmuto. So a big double play turned behind Jose Quintana that Bohm hits into, and now there's 2 outs for Harrison Bader. Well executed by that Brewers defense. First pitch to Bader is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Carbless, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Premium ready-to-drink cocktails, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. Find it at the ballpark or at your local grocery store. Carbless, less is more. 0-1 is swung on and fouled back into the net, and it's 0-2. Now, when they have that, does Mike make Andrew Grumman take official stats for everybody and log them into his book?
Thank goodness. No, that is all unofficial. Thankfully, as is the video evidence.
That's official.
That is official.
The 0-2 to Bader is a fly ball to center, but playable for Perkins. Back into his left, makes the catch, and the inning is over. A leadoff infield single from Realmuto, but that's it for the Phillies in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of 4, 5-0 Brewers on the Brewers radio.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
In no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green. You're an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Looney Tunes Day is coming to the Brewers game Sunday, September 14th. Fans who purchase a special theme night ticket also receive an exclusive Looney Tunes themed Brewers t-shirt. Get your seats at brewers.com/theme nights. Jake Bowers leads things off for the Brewers. First pitch to him from Nola. He is inside with a fastball at 91, and it's 1-0. Bowers, Siegler, and Ortiz scheduled to hit here in the bottom of the 4th for the Crew. A 5-0 Brewers lead. And the pitch is lined into right for a base hit for Jake Bowers. Bowers got a curveball, stayed up just a bit, and he was able to whack it into right for his first hit of the night, first hit of the series. And there's a man aboard for Anthony Siegler. That breaks an 0 for 20 for Jake Bowers. Ziegler, who hit it hard last time up, but to center field. Brewers try to add on here after getting 5 early runs in the first inning. First pitch, Ziegler clinches at a strike with a fastball down the middle at 90. It's 0-1. Brewers trying to even up the series after the Phillies won on Labor Day. 0-1. This is hit pretty well to center, but playable for the karaokeing Harrison Bader. He moves back into his left, makes the catch, and there's one away. Sometimes I think he gets into that karaoke a little early. He always makes the play, though.
Until he doesn't.
Someday he's not gonna.
Till one of those shoelaces catches.
I mean, I give him credit. I am definitely not coordinated enough to try and do that. I would be on the video they just rolled of Mike Vassallo if I tried to do that and go for catch a fly ball. Here's Joey Ortiz. Takes inside. It's 1-0. Brewers honored specialist Dina McCormick of the U.S. Army tonight on the first base dugout. Army Commendation Medal on the Women's Veteran Committee for the VFW as well. There goes the runner, swing and a miss. Throw is going to go basically to the shortstop Turner. And so Bauer's in there with a stolen base. Realmuto looked like he just didn't get a grip on it. It was a pitch down and away with a sinker, and Ortiz went after it. Bowers ends up getting credited with a stolen base.
Trying to hit and run right there, and Realmuto thought maybe Ortiz was out of the batter's box. He was not, and Realmuto just threw a sinker.
1-1, and a hanging breaking ball lined into a leaping glove of Alec Bohm for the second out of the inning. That's a nice play by Bohm. That was a hanging curveball, and Ortiz lined it, but Bohm able to reach up and make the catch. Yeah, and the Bryce Terang, the batter. It's probably a double into the corner if Bohm doesn't make that catch. Terang takes high. It's 1-0. Retired veterans can turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and the health plan experience you want with Network Health. Learn more at networkhealth.com/veterans. The pitch, Terang, a pop-up foul and out of play. Down the left field line. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Just such an awkward throw from JT Realmuto. You sit there and you go, whoa, it had to have hit something. It didn't. It just had bad grip on it.
One ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. And Bryce. A drive to left. Wilson's back on it. Still back. He reaches up. It is off the top of the wall. Jogging home is Bowers. Into second with an RBI double is Terang. 6-0 Milwaukee here in the fourth. Terang has a triple. He has a double. He drives in his 70th of the season with that double. His 25th double of the season. And the Brewers add on here in the bottom of the fourth. $75 to the Mac Fund, courtesy of Westman, the silver lining, and that'll get Churio to the plate. Churio hit by a pitch in the first, called out on strikes in the second inning. 0 for 1 so far tonight. Nola brings home the pitch, and it missed inside with a sinker. Jackson not messing around after getting hit on the hand back in the first inning. He bails out of there quickly. 1-0. This will be pitch number 70 for Aaron Nola. Here's the 1-0. That missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes. So the Brewers have been able to tack on. They'd like to tack on a little bit more. Nola's 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball, hammered foul down into the dirt. Third base side, it's 2-1. He got a hanger there and just got on top of it a little bit. It's been a tough year for Aaron Nola. Battled health issues. ERA currently sits at 6.92. 2-1. And hit foul back into the net. Chased a fastball away at about 91 and gets a piece of it. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this is a guy that the Phillies want to stick with here in the month of September. They want to try to find it because without Zach Wheeler, this is a guy they want to hand the ball to in the postseason, but he's certainly trying to find it. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, hit in the air to center. This is playable for Bader. Coming in a couple of steps and makes the catch, and the inning is over. We go to the 5th inning. Brewers able to add a run on a couple of hits, and they strand a runner. It is 6-0 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a picture.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how Mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started cooking with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went to figure out what we're going to call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of our mother. So that's what Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people, and this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
Got to get yourself ready.
Yes, there are hugs, and then there's that.
Now, what is that?
What is the purpose of that?
It's
an anemometer. It measures wind speed.
So that's good.
But it looks like a fidget spinner.
Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with this play. You got to. You're right there. You had 2 hands. He looked it in. Oh.
6-0 Brewers as we head to the 5th inning here at American Family Field, and stepping back in for play-by-play, here's Jeff Levering.
All righty, thanks, Lane. Jose Quintana back at it. There's 56 pitches on his ledgers. He faces Nick Castellanos, Edmundo Sosa, and Weston Wilson. First pitch, liner into center field, a base hit for Castellanos. Snaps an 0 for 17 for the Phillies right fielder. First pitch, base hit, busted his bat, but it died a hero. Leadoff man is on for the 2nd straight inning for Philadelphia. This is an issue for the Brewers on Monday. The leadoff batter reached for the Phillies in each of the last 5 innings that they came to the plate, and they scored in all but one of those innings. First one to Sosa, inside, and almost hit him. Didn't. 1 ball, no strikes. Just 3 singles for the Phillies. JT Realmuto has 2 of them. Castellanos, very short lead at first. Quintana deals, and it's fly ball foul right side. Ball and a strike on Sosa. So the Cardinals for a few years, now the Phillies for the last couple. And an RBI in the game on Monday, 1 for 3. He was the everyday third baseman when the Brewers were in Philadelphia in June. 1-1. Grounded towards the left side, and a base hit. So hard chopper right through the left side of the infield, and first and second with nobody out. This is about the time that the Phillies offense woke up in game 1 of the series. Nearing that 3rd time through the order, Siegler took 1 jab step at the time of the pitch towards the line. Knew it was going to be an off-speed pitch and kind of cheated to the pull side. Not sure he was going to have a chance to make a play on that ground ball, but one step to his right didn't help either. Weston Wilson fly to center in the third. 2 on, nobody out in the top of the fifth. And a curveball for a strike at the knees. 0-1. Quick vibe check. A cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. That's a big vibe. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the seltzer that passes the vibe check. 0-1. Quintana at the belt and deals. Swing and a miss. Good changeup off the outside corner. And it's 0-2. Second time in the game, the Phillies have had multiple runners on in the same inning. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs in the third before Bryce Harper struck out. 2 strikes and coming back. Strike 3 called. Right at the knees of the fastball. Wilson's gone. Third strikeout for Quintana. The second in a looking form. Another ortho ASAP strikeout for Quintana. It's Trey Turner now. Ground out in the walk for Turner. Putting together a very good season. Here's the pitch. Swing and foul at home plate on a changeup. 0-1 Trey Turner. One of only a couple of players in the National League that are hitting over 300. Trey Turner, Freddie Freeman. Sal Frelick has an opportunity to hit 300. 0-1. And the pitch. Ground ball right side. Past Terang into right, a base hit. They'll send Castellanos around. Frelick has it, bobbles, and will throw into second base. With a 6-run lead, no reason to try and force the issue. And that bobble all but secured the fact that Frelick wasn't going to try and throw home and get the out on Castellanos. If he fields it cleanly, I think they got a shot at the plate. Turner with a nice inside-out swing. Drives in a run, his 67th run batted in of the season, I should say. Sosa ends up at third. And now you've got the beef of the order with Schwarber at the plate. And right now, Trey Turner, the only player in the National League hitting above 300.
It's been a big topic of conversation is, will there be an NL batting champion that fails to hit 300? I mean, that would be something to see the NL batting champion end up at like 298, but there's a chance that could happen.
There are currently 5 players in the American League that are hitting above 300. Judge at 325. A hard time thinking he's going to dip below 300. Yeah. Jacob Wilson of the Athletics. Bo Bichette at 310. George Springer's at 305. Toronto. Jeremy Payne with Houston at 304. Pitch to Schwarber, misses outside. 1-0 on Schwarber.
Think about the place that Freddie Freeman was in when the Brewers saw him around the All-Star break, before and after it, and then realized that that's one of the best hitters in the league this year.
1-0 is a strike with a curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
The point being is that everybody goes through it at some point, right? Like, nobody's immune to having a tough 10-game stretch somewhere.
1-1 coming to Schwarber. A swing and a miss through that same breaking ball, and it's 1-2. And Freddie Freeman, who through the first 2 months of the season was hitting around 350.
Yeah.
And that just hit rock bottom in July. He's hitting 374 the last day of May. Throw to first and back is Trey Turner. And even at the end of June, he was hitting 312. To the pitch, misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Schwarber. It's 6-1 in the top of the 5th inning. The Brewers have the lead. And July was a real tough one for Freddie Freeman. 2-2. Swing and a foul in and out of the glove of Contreras. Stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, you could even say from the beginning of June to the end of July, 49-game stretch for Freddie Freeman. He hit 226, which is 2 homers. First and third for the Phillies. Another 2-2 coming from Quintana. Swing and a miss. Schwarber's gone. Another strikeout from Quintana. It's his 4th. And now you deal with Bryce Harper. Schwarber in this series is now 0-for-6 with 5 strikeouts. Perfect pitch with the breaking ball. Schwarber came up empty. Job not done with Harper at the plate. Struck out in the 3rd, walked in the 1st. Try and get out of this with a 1-run scoring. Schwarber out. Now Harper a big swing and a miss. It's 0-1. A run on 5 hits so far for Philadelphia. 73 pitches and climbing for Quintana. 0-1 delivery. Ground ball right at Ortiz. He fields, steps on second base, gets a force out on Trey Turner, and the inning is over in the top of the 5th. Just a run on 3 hits for the Phillies. Bottom of the 5th on the way. 6-1 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco Card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
Six to 1 Brewers looking to add to it. 3, 4, and 5. Contreras, Frelick, and Collins coming up against Aaron Nola. 5-run first inning for the Brewers. All 5 of the first batters that reached scored. 3 on the 3-run homer by Collins. Contreras with the base hit, a strikeout today. First offering to Contreras, a swing and a foul at home plate on a changeup. 5 strikeouts in the game for Nola. He's walked 1, hit a batter. The Brewers tacked on a run in the 4th inning on an RBI double from Bryce Terang. This one popped up first base side on a hanging curveball and get out of play on the right side. Gives us 10 seconds for station identification on the Brewers Radio Network. Lane Grindle and Kent Sommerfeld. Jeff Levering aboard. You got Josh Maurer standing by for the postgame show. 0-2 pitch. In tight. Tried the change up. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Full house on what is a great night for baseball. The roof closed and the Brewers out to a 6-1 lead over the Phillies. Looking to even the series, the rubber match tomorrow. 1-2. Line down the right field line, foul. Got to get tonight, though. The Brewers had a 5-1 lead in the game on Monday and saw the Phillies come back and win it 10-8. Quintana throwing the ball well. 73 pitches for Quintana through 5 innings. It's not just the 1 run. 1-2 pitch. Up and in. Again, tried that cutter and just left it arm side and up on Contreras. No Christian Yelich in the starting lineup today. Some back stiffness. A half an hour before first pitch. Scratched. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. 2-2 pitch. Inside again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nola says, I don't like that baseball. Give me a new one. Jim Wolf, the home plate umpire, obliges. 3-2 on Contreras. Leadoff man in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nola's delivery is low and away with a breaking ball. And Contreras draws the walk. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin walk. Ortho ASAP walk right in. There is a difference. Well, our friends at Usinger's have been Milwaukee's family-owned sausage shop since the 1880s. Enjoying the same great taste your grandfather did, because Usinger's is still made the old world way. Trying to make the most, just the best, and by golly, Usinger's is the best. It's America's finest sausage. Here's the first pitch to Frelick, and it misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Frelick, a run-scoring single in the first, and then popped to the catcher in the 3rd. 1-0. Swing and a miss. A big cut at a changeup, and it's 1-1. Now. Ground ball right side. Got it by Harper. Sosa's there. Flips to first just in time to get Frelick. Runner advances to second base. As soon as it got by Harper, it's going to be a tougher play. Sosa ranging to his left. Got there, and Harper recovered in time to get on the bag and give Sosa a target. Isaac Collins, 3-run homer and a strikeout today against Nola. First pitch is a check swing, ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. I thank our buddy Gino Fizzari over at the Calderon Club earlier today, providing the radio and TV crews with some dinner tonight. Always the best. 1-0 pitch. It's inside. Downtown restaurant, the Calderon Club over by the Fiserv Forum. They've got everything for you. Paninis and salads. Some of the best pizza you'll ever have. Threw in some chicken parm today, some tortellini, the penne alla vodka, the cannoli. Cannoli, is that what you just finished off for dessert? Yep. Is that what you're working on right now? Mm-hmm. Nice. One of my favorite dishes over there is the gnocchi. They didn't have it today. I mean, just happy to get anything today. They could have just put the sauce in an aluminum pan and I had it just bathed in it. It's amazing. So good. Appreciate you, Gino. Great Brewers fan, too. 3-0 pitch. Collins took a strike right down the middle. Gino has a large family, lots of children, and they usually sit right below the television booth, just to the left of our radio booth, and they almost cover the whole row. I mean, it brings the whole family. 3-1 to Collins. It is a strike, and a late call, too, from Jim Wolf. 3-2. Debatable. We did get confirmation it is Isaac Colley, by the way. Good one. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball left field. slicing away from Weston Wilson and in the seats a couple of rows back. Stays 3-2.
Josh Mauer would be Josh Growler.
Yeah, you like that?
I think if we were doing the radio booth, I don't know that any of the rest of us have a good one.
Did you know Sal's was Growl Freelick?
Yeah, I like that one.
Collins trying to battle with Nola. Was ahead 3-0 on the count at one point. Now it's full. And a swing and a miss at a curveball. That curveball has some bite on it tonight. Second time Nola has struck out Isaac Collins. Sixth strikeout in the game for Nola. Bottom of the fifth, 6-1 Milwaukee. And Blake Perkins is the hitter. He's 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out for Perkins, and he takes outside. The one dish I was trying to come up with, I said it was penne alla vodka. It was penne con salsiccia, which is the penne with the sausage. Spicy Italian sausage. Delicious. 1-0 is a ball down and in. All the Italian speakers are just yelling at me for the way that I said.
Grimacing.
Yeah.
I love it all.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, you could have just thrown the sauce in an aluminum pan, and I'm lapping it up like Bark in the Park Day. 2-0 to Perkins. 3-0 as that one missed wide. Appreciate Gino and the rest of the folks over at the Calderon Club. Nails, always. Runner at second. 2 outs. The pitch is a strike right down the middle. Came back, and this is the same situation that Nola found himself in against Isaac Collins. Nola's at 94 pitches in this game. Trying to make his way through 5. 3-1. Flare, shallow center. Bader catches up to it and ends the inning. Brewers had the leadoff walk. Strands a man in second base. We go to the 6th. 6-1 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
This update sponsored by UW.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
Muto, Bohm, and then Bader for 5 and 6 in the order. 6-1 lead. JT Real Muto 2 for 2, base hit to left and a base hit back to the mound. Swinging bunt up the third base line. Field deep and straight away for Real Muto, the cleanup hitter. First pitch is up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Wisconsin residents can get 50% off Brewers tickets one last time this season. Final September the 12th game against the Cardinals. Pitch is hit foul. It's courtesy of Pick and Save. Join the final Wisconsin First Friday game of the season. Grab seats, brewers.com/First Fridays. 1-1 on JT Real Muto. Quintana turns and fires. Got a strike on the corner at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We've been talking about it all game. That low strike has been there all day for Jim Wolf. 1-2 from Quintana. Is low. Change up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brewers with a 5-run bottom of the first inning. Highlighted by an Isaac Collins 3-run homer. First 5 batters reached and all scored. 2-2. Fouled away. And then the Brewers added another run in the 4th inning. RBI double by Bryce Terang. Made it 6-0. Phillies scored once in the 5th. 2-2 again to Real Muto. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Curveball in the outer part of the plate. Got Real Muto to chase. 5th strikeout from Jose Quintana. Another ortho ASAP strikeout. Alec Bohm now. Earlier today we had some rain outside. Tell you, the grass has never looked better here in Wisconsin over the last month or so. All that rain that we got early in August has kept every lawn pretty darn green.
Yeah, water table's pretty high right now.
It's very high. Cut twice a week. First pitch swinging strike on Bohm. Quintana coming back. And he's got strike 2 on the outside corner. The next time you're looking at your grass from your windows, take a closer look at your windows. Think maybe it's time for an upgrade? 0-2 pitch. Down and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you think it's time for a window upgrade or update, call our buddies over at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Built for long-lasting comfort and reliability. Right now, score 0% interest for up to 5 years. PellaWI.com. That's where you go. 1-2. Ground ball left side. Siegler off his glove. And Bohm will reach on what more than likely would be an E5. Sets the stage for Harrison Bader. And it is an error on Siegler. A couple of steps to his left and just could not come up with it. Guy who's a catcher by trade has played some second base, some outfield. He's at third base today. Has played the majority of time at third base in a Brewers uniform. Could not come up with that play as Bader fouls it back for strike 1. Bader today, comebacker to the mound and a fly out to center. He's hit it hard twice against Quintana. Nothing to show for it. 0-1 is low. Ball and a strike on Bader. He has enjoyed being a Philly. Overall, season numbers at .271 coming into the game with 14 homers and 47 driven in. He's hitting .313 as a Philly. He's always been able to play the outfield at a very high level. Bader, chopper to short. Could be 2. They go to second for 1. On to first. 2. Double play. Quintana's out of the inning. 6-4-3 it goes. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The bottom of the order coming up. 6-1 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
that's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd bowl in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Hank Greenberg helped popularize the first baseman's mitt, holding a massive 13-inch pocketed glove. That was quickly banned, reducing the maximum size to 12 inches. Paul Richards also developed a black hole-sized catcher's mitt. This ginormous thing, measuring 42 inches in circumference, was known as Big Bertha, or the Elephant, for its massive size. It was swiftly outlawed as well.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out, kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
Out of Aaron Nola tonight, and the Phillies will go to the bullpen as Max Lazar is coming in. Lazar 478 earned run average. Jake Bowers will lead it off in the bottom of the sixth inning. Sixth inning is the Woodman's Food Market's home run inning. Our contestant tonight, Roseanne Gortz from Oconomowoc. Roseanne will win a gift card jackpot of $200 if a member of the crew hits a home run this inning. $100 will be added to the total for each additional home run this frame. Visit any participating Woodman's store to enter service and savings. That's Woodman's. Base hit his last time and scored a run in the fourth and takes high for ball one from Max Lazar. Another guy who's in the Brewers organization for a while. And Weston Wilson before becoming Phillies. That's up and in. 2 balls, no strikes on Bowers. First hit since coming back from the injured list for Bowers. And the pitch is a strike. 95 right down the middle. 2-1. 6-1 Brewers in the bottom of the sixth inning. 6 runs on 6 hits. The pitch. Ground ball, foul outside of first. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. I was going to wait for Lane to say something about it in one of his innings, but he didn't yet. But he is on the cutting edge tonight.
Either cutting edge or way throwback.
I think both.
Yeah.
Because it's a 2-for-1 deal. Here's the 2-2 to Bowers from Lazar. And it's high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As you know, if you've been a longtime listener of Brewers Radio, that over the last few years, Lane's eyesight, especially when reading the scorebook, as Bowers takes up and away for ball 4. Leadoff walk for the second straight inning for the Brewers. Ortho ASAP walk right in. There is a difference. Lane has needed to dip into the reading glasses.
Yeah.
And Lane has had some issues of misplacing those reading glasses and or sitting on glasses, as we learned in Toronto.
Also true.
We've had to be inventive in the ways that we can repair. Pitch to Siegler is fouled off of his front foot, and it's 0-1. Well, did you tell the story about the recommendation that you got?
I have not told that story yet.
Well, you got a recommendation instead of using the readers. What did Sal Frelick tell you to do?
So Sal Frelick and I were together Sunday morning, and I brought the readers out, and he saw they were broken. I said, "Don't judge me." He laughed. And I explained to him why I need them when I'm doing a game.
The 0-1, and Siegler takes high.
And I said, the problem is I don't like taking them on and off throughout the game because I can see fine when I look at the field. And he said, why don't you get a magnifying glass?
Yes.
And it was kind of, I think, a half joke, but as he said it, I was like,
it's not a bad idea. Siegler waits and a swing and a miss. four-seamer up and in, 1-2 strikes.
So that day I ordered one.
Sunday
I ordered one.
Did you order it in Canada? Is it from Canada? I'm just kidding. You just ordered it. It went on the site. I'm sure Amazon.
I don't know if it converted loonies into dollars or not when I did, but it definitely was metric system because this is way bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. And Lazar steps off the mound. Bowers started to take off for second base and got such a big jump. Lazar stepped off and Bowers got back to first. And Lane is using a magnifying glass that's very large.
It could also be a fishing net, like if you put a net underneath of it. That's how big the ring is that the actual magnifying glass fits into.
It's a big magnifying glass. You showed up and it was almost like you had a Nintendo Switch container.
Could kill a lot of ants with
that's a whole colony.
Yeah.
You got 2 colonies worth of murder in that magnifying glass. 2-2. Siegler hits it foul, stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. But I will say that magnifying glass is as big as Stonehenge is, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, it's battery operated and it illuminates. You got a light on that thing. It has multiple lights, 3 different shades of light. High tech. 2-2. Siegler, ground ball towards the middle. It's a double play ball. Step on the bag. Throw to first in time. It goes 6-3 as Trey Turner turns 2, and Siegler's now over 3. Here's Joey Ortiz. So, how has the magnifying glass treated you today in your trial run?
So the goal was to not have to use my glasses at all. I haven't had them on since the pregame show. And when I've needed it, it's been there for me. I think this is going to be the thing.
Now, are you going to return that and get a normal-size magnifying glass?
I may do that because traveling this is going to be a bit of an issue.
You're going to need a carry-on for your carry-on.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss for strike 1 on Joey Ortiz.
I'm already carrying the big scorebook, which that's a feat unto itself. I'm in better shape. I have more back muscles this year than normal.
I was going to say, it's been pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You got an 8-pack on your traps.
Yeah. So then you throw this into the bag. I don't have a lot of room for even pins at that point, but
it's pretty good. Ortiz fouls it away because you have not just the magnifying glass, but you have the top circle, which is the double magnifier, right?
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
I don't know. This thing feels like it should have a compass on it or something, too.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, I'm still learning.
1-2. It's like our phones. We only use it for probably 10% of what it could actually do.
And our brains, or at least mine.
Yeah.
Sal did tell me today, he said, I want to see an action shot of you using this thing. I said, we'll get it for you.
2-2 is golf foul, third base side. Here, let's just take that right now.
Okay.
I'm just going to take the picture. Hold on.
Serious.
This is happening in live action. 3, 2, click. All right, I'll send it to you, and then you can show Sal. 2-2 pitch. Lined into right center. Bader angling towards the gap. He's there and makes the catch. And that ends the Brewers' half of the 6th inning. On our way to the 7th, Lane will narrate it for you with his magnifying glass. 6-1 Brewers on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance. When you choose.
You're bounding onto the mound, Sagittarius, ready to crush your competition in a shutout. But your high expectations for yourself might be working against you instead of helping you reach the success that you're striving for. Bringing yourself back down to earth and letting your baseball expertise take over will score that win you're aiming for.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a picture.
I'm going to go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich. Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some...
Crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
As he stays in the ball game, Castellanos to lead it off with a 5-run lead. And here's Lane with the play-by-play.
All right, thank you very much, Jeff. Quintana will begin this inning with Ashby getting loose out in that Brewers bullpen. Ryan Kirkering is getting loose in the Phillies bullpen as the first pitch to Castellanos misses inside of the fastball at 90, and it's 1-0. The length from Quintana tonight has been exactly what the Brewers were hoping for. 1-0, missed outside, 2 balls and no strikes. They probably would not shy away from getting greedy and seeing if he could get them through this inning if possible, but again, they have Ashby up and ready. Pitch is lined into left. That's going to drop in front of Collins for a base hit for Castellanos. So he is 2 for 3 tonight. And a leadoff man is aboard for Philadelphia. More than likely, Ashby may be getting ready in case this thing gets to the top of the order. Wouldn't want Quintana to have to go through it a 4th time, and you have, at that point, you would have some traffic on the base paths too. So Quintana, at least for the time being, stays in there to face Edmundo Sosa. Quintana's first offering, and Sosa took a strike. The changeup. That might have been a wide strike. Brewers will take it. It's 0-1. Sosa has a hit tonight. He's 1 for 2. Former St. Louis Cardinal. 0-1 pitch. Bounced foul down into the dirt. Rolls into the Phillies' third base dugout. 0-2 is the count. A 6-1 Brewers lead. Brewers jumped out to a 5-0 lead. Similar to how they jumped out to the 3-0 lead on Monday, but the Brewers tacked on a little bit, and they've gotten a great pitching performance so far from Jose Quintana. 0-2 pitch. That missed outside of the changeup. 1-2. Try to get him to chase. And Sosa did not go after it. Wilson is in the on-deck circle for Philadelphia here. Quintana now will step off. And Sosa steps out of the box. 28,528 our attendance tonight. We are getting down to the end of the road, home schedule-wise. Hard to believe it. 1-2 pitch. Here's the swing and a miss. Chased a changeup down in the dirt. That's a big Ortho ASAP strikeout for Jose Quintana. Start healing faster with Ortho ASAP. Meet with a specialist today and learn more at orthowisconsin.com. This is game number 71 of the home schedule. So we are almost into single digits. Pitch to Wilson, missed outside. It's 1-0. There will be games more than likely after the regular season is over, though, in this ballpark. Castellanos has his lead from first in the 1-0 pitch. Wilson took a strike on the outside edge. Sinker at 90. Painted the outside edge, and it's 1-1. Brewers getting some help in the division tonight as the Braves have a 4-1 lead down at Wrigley over the Cubs. That game's in the top of the 8th inning. Braves were being no hit. 1-1 is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Braves were being no hit going into the 7th inning. Cade Horton was on the mound for the Cubs. Ha-Sung Kim hit a 3-run home run. The Braves added another run. And now they're in the top of the 8th inning. A 4-1 Atlanta lead. 2-1. This is a fly ball to left. It's hit well. Collins is back onto the track at the wall, and it is way gone. Weston Wilson hits one out of here up onto the Miller Lite landing. It's a 2-run shot, and just like that, it's a 6-3 ball game here in the 7th inning. Wilson hits his 4th home run of the season. And that one wasn't cheap. 444 feet off the bat of Weston Wilson. It was a curveball, and it was middle, and that's going to be it for Jose Quintana. Pat Murphy is out of the dugout. It's a U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen. They're a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, and they remind you that when the game is on, turn your notifications off with US Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Aaron Ashby's coming into this game, and the top of the order coming up for the Phillies. 1 out and nobody on. A 6-3 Brewers lead on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Brewers fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the ball, not on your screen. That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd bowl in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
It is 6-3 Brewers. Top of the 7th inning. Phillies still at the plate. Top of the order for the Phillies against the new Brewers pitcher, Aaron Ashby. So Trey Turner to step in there after the 2-run home run from Weston Wilson. And Ashby's first pitch to Trey Turner is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Told you on Monday, this is a tough Phillies team. Good lineup. They're hard to put away. Brewers grateful for the add-on run in the bottom of the 4th right now, as that pitch missed a little bit low with a sinker, and it's 1-1 on Turner. Turner's been on twice tonight, 1 for 2 officially. Ashby brings home the 1-1, and that missed a little bit low with a sinker. It is 2-1 strike. Ashby pitched on Monday, came in and got the last couple of outs of the 5th inning to finish off the Mizorowski start. And Ashby did a good job when he was called upon on Monday. 2-1. This is a chopper over the head of Ashby, backhanded by Terang in shallow center, but he has to put that baseball in his back pocket. No chance to get the speedy Turner. So it'll be a hit for Trey Turner on just a chopper back up the middle that got over the head of Ashby, and once it did, it was going to be trouble. So Turner's hit first with 1 out. Now here's Kyle Schwarber. And things getting a little bit tense here in this 7th inning for the Brewers. You do have the lefty-lefty matchup now for Ashby against the power-hitting Kyle Schwarber. 0 for 2 with a walk today. And the first pitch from Ashby missed upstairs. It's 1-0. Told you about that Braves-Cubs game. It's now 5-1 Atlanta in the top of the 8th. They've added on 1-0 pitch, and Schwarber flinched at a curveball for a strike, and it's 1-1. Drives around the league are presented by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors, building Wisconsin together. The pitch, that's a little bit high with a curveball. It goes to 2-1 on Schwarber. Pirates shut out the Dodgers in Pittsburgh tonight, 3-0. As Tobias Myers starts to get loose in the Brewers' pen. Ashby, long hold, and the 2-1 to Schwarber. Swing and a miss. Sinker at 97 right down the middle, and he got it past him. Ashby looks in, the 2-2 pitch, and he just missed. Oh, Ashby looking in at Jim Wolf. He thought he had that one. Might have just missed off the outside edge, away from Schwarber. Now the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Ashby looks at first and brings home the 3-2, and that is fouled out of play, third base side. We'll do it again at 3-2. Get the speedy Turner at first. Still just 1 out in the inning. Work to do for Ashby to try to get this thing to the bottom half. A 6-3 Brewers lead. Phillies have actually out-hit the Brewers 8-6 in this game so far. Ashby looks over at first. And the 3-2. And he missed down and away. He walked in with a curveball. So now the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Bryce Harper. And Chris Hook is on his way out there for a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound to chat with Aaron Ashby. Hitch a ride to Brewers home games on a Potawatomi Sportsbook game day shuttle. Make any purchase in the sportsbook or a same-day sports bet to get a wristband and a seat on the shuttle. So Chris Hook is out there for that conversation. Contreras joins in. So Ashby's come in, gave up the chopper up the middle that was an infield single for Turner. And then ends up losing Schwarber and walking him. And now has to face Harper. Probably, you would think this is his last batter. You've got Myers up in the bullpen, a right-hander. And you've got Realmuto and Bohm and Bader all scheduled to hit after Harper. So Ashby looking in as the conference on the mound is over. Harper 0 for 2 in the game tonight. First pitch right through there with a strike on a sinker at 98, and it's 0-1. Harper walked in his first at-bat back in the first inning, then struck out in the third. And a fielder's choice in the 5th inning for Harper. Ashby brings home the pitch, and it's a ground ball to second base. Could be 2. Terang goes to second for 1. The return to first, not in time. Just a slight hesitation on the exchange for Terang. And so he couldn't get it out quite as quickly as he wanted to. That cost the Brewers the double play because it was a close play at first, but Harper able to just beat it. So runners on the corners and 2 outs. Fielded it cleanly and just a little bit of a double clutch getting it out of the glove. Really good turn by Ortiz to make it close, but Harper was through the bag. And now here's Realmuto, and Ashby will stay in to face him. Ashby's first pitch is down and in. It's 1-0. So you got Turner at third and Harper at first here with 2 outs. A big moment in this game, top of the 7th inning. Ashby's 1-0. There's a swing and a miss. Great changeup down below the zone. And Realmuto went after it. 2 hits tonight for JT Realmuto. Struck out in his last at-bat against Quintana in the 6th inning. He's officially 2 for 3 in this game. Right-handed hitter. As Ashby brings home the 1-1. That swung on and fouled back into the net, and it's 1-2. Ashby trying to wiggle through this one. Trying to send the Brewers to the plate in the bottom of the 7th with a 3-run lead still intact. Ashby looks at first. Here's the 1-2 to Real Muto. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a changeup down in the dirt. Contreras didn't squeeze it, but Real Muto turned and walked back into the dugout. A huge ortho ASAP strikeout for Aaron Ashby. Strands a pair here in the top of the 7th. 6-3 Brewers on the Brewers.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd bowl in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. You know, and I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
ResortGolf.com. The Island's your premier resort destination, largest north of Milwaukee, and the place to be. Book your trip at IslandResortAndCasino.com. Kerkering takes over on the mound for the Phillies. First pitch to Bryce Terang is in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Orion Kerkering, his 60th appearance of the year, 7-4 with a 3.16 ERA. Terang takes down and in with a sweeper. It's 1-1. Bryce Terang, 2 for 2 today. He's got a triple and a double. He's also walked. He's driven in a run. The pitch, a sweeper in there for a strike. And it's 1-2. Top of the order for the crew here. Terang, Churio, Contreras. One-two pitch. Bryce took down and away with a fastball at 96. It is 2-2. Brewers with a 6-3 lead. Abner Uribe is up in the Brewers bullpen. The pitch swung on and lifted foul and out of play into the upper deck, up where the dogs are in the terrace level. I mean that literally. That's where the dogs are. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch way outside, and the count is full. It's 3-2. Always fun to have Bark at the Park night here. 3-2 to Terang. And fouled back into the Loge level to the left of us, down below us. Stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes. I bet we average about 3 Bark at the Park nights a year between the one we get at home, and we usually hit a couple on the road. 3-2 pitch. And this one's lifted into left. It is playable. Weston Wilson coming in, and to his right underneath of it makes the catch. And there's one away. That will get Jackson Churio to the plate. Don't miss George Webb's double plain meal deal. 7 cheeseburgers, 2 orders of fries for just $17.99. Win, lose, home or away. Visit GeorgeWebb.com for locations and details. Churio is 0 for 2. Was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. First pitch is way inside, and it's 1-0. And Jackson spins out of the box, and he's like, I'm tired of this. He's been pitched inside and way inside at least once in every at bat tonight. 1-0. There's a breaking ball in there for a strike. And it's 1-1. Well, now nobody on here. Bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch. And Chourio took inside. Fastball at 96. It is 2-1. Kirkering brings home the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Little tardy on a fastball at 96 down the middle. It's 2-2 on Jackson. You do not see that very often. You rarely are able to sneak a fastball by Chourio in the zone. Kirkering looks in. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Climbed the ladder with a fastball at 95. Chourio went up there. And there's 2 away now for William Contreras. Giving you some of those scores around the league. The other one we've been paying attention to, the Reds and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays leading 13-9 in Cincinnati in the bottom of the 9th inning. The pitch is a sweeper down and away, and it's 1-0.
Very great American ballpark type of night.
Yeah. San Francisco leading in Colorado 4-1. That game's in the top of the 5th. 1-0 is a breaking ball in there for a strike. And it's 1-1. And that score is significant because the Giants tied with the Reds in the wild card race at the beginning of the day. Sweeper missed down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. And they are both the first 2 teams out, if you will. Mets holding the final wild card spot. 2-1. Chop foul at the plate. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So that's how you get your magic number to clinch the postseason. It's a little bit of a difference between the two because the Giants have the tiebreaker over the Brewers. Brewers have the tiebreaker over the Reds. Two pitch. Breaking ball hit foul, backing out of play, and it'll stay at 2-2. And a nice play made by a young fan.
Keeping score, bare hand effort. Nice.
Good job. 2-2 on Contreras. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a breaking ball. And the inning is over. Brewers go down in order in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the 8th inning. 6-3 Brewers on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly...
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
U.S. Cellular. Get tickets at brewers.com/giveaways. Then be one of the first 25,000 ticketed fans through the gates to get yours. It is 6-3 Brewers as we head to the 8th inning. Abner Uribe takes over on the mound for the Crew. And taking over on the mic for us, here's Jeff Levering.
Thank you so much, Lane. And I can tell you read that so beautifully with your Grindle glass that you were using.
Is that what we're calling it? Turtlenecks were Grindle necks back in college. And so now, this is just proof that I've gotten older. Now we're naming things after magnifying glasses.
It's the Grindle glass. It's all right. Hey, just embrace it.
Yeah, I'll endorse a magnifying glass company if they're...
Queries, send them to. Alec Bohm leads it off against Uribe, and the first pitch, a slider for a strike. And it's 0-1. So, a lot of folks listening at the moment with a 6-3 lead in the 8th, with no Trevor McGill available for the 9th inning in a save situation, still on the injured list, set to throw a bullpen tomorrow. And there's a slider in there for a strike from Uribe. Some may be asking, well, why are you throwing your closer in there in the 8th inning? Great question. You got the bottom part of the order, 5, 6, and 7 due up in this inning as Bohm waits. Uribe deals, and he misses down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes in the slider. All right-handed batters in the lineup, with the exception of Schwarber and Harper in the 2-3 spots. Everybody on the bench left-handed. 1-2, Uribe throws, and it's fouled away. These 3 guys, Bohm, Bader, Castellanos, you're not necessarily going to hit for those guys. Maybe you hit for Castellanos, but probably not. But as you get to Sosa and Wilson in the 9th inning, you might want to hit for them. And if you've got a right-hander in there, then you've got the lefties available on Rob Thompson's bench. 1-2, the pitch is a breaking ball called for strike 3. Was not caught by Contreras, but Bohm gives himself up. And that is strike 3. With the ASAP strikeout, all sliders in the sequence from Abner Uribe. So some strategy in why Pat Murphy may be going to Uribe in the 8th rather than in a 9th inning situation. And if you bring in a lefty like Jared Koenig in the 9th, you're not going to pinch hit your lefties at that point. As Bader takes down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Just some of the thinking in my own brain, at least. I'm sure that might be part of the calculus. Still got to get 5 more outs to even up the series. Pitch to Bader. He is a fastball slightly low at 99. 2 balls and no strikes. Bader's 0 for 3, hit into a double play his last time up in the 6th. Brewers with a 5-run first inning. That's the difference in the game. 2-0. Outside, he yanked it. 3 balls and a strike. Uribe gave up a base hit to Harrison Bader as part of that 2-run 9th inning on Monday. .30 pitch. That's a strike. 3-1. Castellanos indeed is on deck. Lou Trevino is getting ready in the Phillies bullpen. 3-1. Ground ball up the middle, a base hit for Bader. Base hit, the 9th hit of the game for Philadelphia. 8 singles and a home run. This team can hit. I mean, the nickname for the Brewers has been the Woodpeckers, right? Because they keep pecking away. I mean, the Phillies are doing the same thing in the first 2 games of the series. It's just a relentless offensive attack, one of the best offenses in baseball. You can understand why. Doing what the Brewers generally do. They're not going anywhere. Pitch to Castellanos is up and away. Ball 1. And Uribe getting outside of his mechanics, the last hitter plus. Pitch is a swing and a miss. Fastball at the bottom of the zone at 97. 1 ball and 1 strike. Uribe had gone 19 straight scoreless appearances before giving up a couple of runs in his last outing. Brought his earned run average up to 190 on the season. Still a fine year, to say the least, And still a lot of season left. By the way, today's 8th inning brought to you by the Wisconsin Laborers District Council. Earn great union wages and benefits building Wisconsin's infrastructure. Learn more at liunawisconsin.org and feel the power. Trip to the mound. Here comes the 1-1 to Castellanos. Certainly double play candidate. And he fouled it back. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Castellanos. 2 hits, 2 runs scored for Nick Castellanos. 3 runs, 9 hits, an error, and 7 left by the Phillies. 6 runs, 6 hits, 1 error by the Brewers. Pitch is a pop-up foul with slider. Stays at 1-2. Take 10 seconds. Station ID on the Brewers Radio Network. One-two pitch fouled away again by Castellanos. Back-to-back sliders that had some hang time on it from Abner Uribe. With Lane Grindle and Kent Sommerfeld, Jeff Levering aboard. We got Josh Maurer standing by for our Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show once we're all finished up. 6-3 Brewers in the top of the 8th inning. Castellanos battling, and a toss to first is low, but picked up by Bowers. And back with the dive is Bader. And baseball sent out to Uribe as that one skipped in the dirt on its way to first base. One-two pitch. Slider down and away. Castellanos didn't chase. All set again, 2-2. Bader, good lead at first. Pitch, yanked it and missed down and away. 99 on the sinker. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and you're 1 pitch out of the zone from putting the tying run at the plate. And that is Edmundo Sosa at the moment. Bryson Stott has a bat in his hand. On the top step of the dugout, another toss to first, and Bader back again. Second disengagement. And nobody loosening in that Brewers bullpen. This is Abner Uribe's time. 3-2. The set, the pitch. Ground ball hit to the left side. Siegler's got it. Goes to second, 1 on to first, 2 double play. 5-4-3. They go around the horn, and the Brewers put up a 0 in the top of the 8th inning. Uribe skipping his way into the dugout. Siegler and Terang able to turn it. The Brewers take a 6-3 lead into the bottom of the 8th on the Brewers Radio Network.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a picture.
Sometimes artifacts in the collection of the Hall of Fame could tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
What else is going to happen today? Henderson's bat goes flying into the stands on a strikeout.
And that's not good right there.
See Andy looking at it like, hey, not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, stick to basketball there, right?
Oh, no catch. Love to get that one back. Alonso lost the bat as he flung at that high fastball.
That's going to keep him up at night. Can't make that catch. You got to keep that clean, right? You got to catch that.
20 WTMJ.
Bottom of the eighth inning, and the Brewers have a 6-3 lead. Sal Frelick will lead it off against the new Phillies pitcher, right-hander Lou Trevino. The Brewers have seen him in two other uniforms this year, a Dodgers uniform and a Giants uniform. The Brewers have hit him well in each stop. Now would be a good time for some insurance runs. Network Health Insurance runs. Win big with a health insurance plan from Network Health. Visit networkhealth.com today to find the perfect plan for you. Here's Frelick. First pitch to him is down and in, ball one. 94-mile-an-hour fastball to Sal Frelick, who has a run-scoring single. He's popped up and grounded out. The Brewers, since the first inning, as this one's down and in again on Frelick, cut fastball, almost hit him in the back of the leg. The Brewers have 2 hits since the second inning. The 2 hits that produced a run in the fourth. They've had a couple of base runners with walks in the 5th and 6th, but nothing to show for it. 2-0 coming is inside. The count goes to 3 balls and no strikes.
Jeff, the reliever Lou Trevino has given up 6 home runs in total on the season, 3 of them the Brewers.
He's had good numbers as the pitch is a strike. Overall on the season, Lane, he's got an earned run average of 420. I bet if you take away the 8 earned runs in the 3 2/3 innings against the Brewers, and he's got low 3s. Pitch to Frelick is low and in the dirt, and that's ball 4. Frelick forgot how many balls and strikes there were, so he would draw a walk. Third time in 4 innings that the Brewers have had the leadoff man on thanks to a walk, and the 4th in the last 5 innings overall. Try and scratch a couple of runs across against Trevino. Isaac Collins, a 3-run homer and a couple of Ks against the starter Aaron Nola, who in 5 innings allowed 6 runs on 6 hits. Trevino's pitch is a ground ball to third. Bohm has it, goes to second for 1. Over to first, it's a double play. It'll go 5-6-3 as it was Trey Turner in the shift getting that feed from Bohm. So just like that, double play erases a threat. It's Blake Perkins. Baseball season, also known as Shandy season, baseball fans. Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, or refreshing Weiss beer, natural lemonade flavor. Leinenkugel's flavor the moment. The Phillies will have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the 9th as Perkins takes down and in. It's Jared Koenig who is getting ready in the Brewers bullpen. He has 1 career save, and it came last year with Milwaukee. Perkins waits. Trevino delivers a high strike, and it's 1-1. 0 for 3 for Perkins. Right-hander deals. Fly ball to left. Sends Wilson a few steps back. He'll make the catch, and the inning ends. We go to the 9th. Brewers 6, Phillies 3. 3 more outs to go from a series tie with the Phillies. Bottom of the 9th coming up on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a picture.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. That's because their team is always there to protect your dreams.
Jared Koenig trying to shut the door on the Phillies. He'll face 8, 9, and 1 in the Phillies order in the 9th, looking to pick up his second career save. Wisconsin Dental Association Dental Savings Club saves opportunity for Koenig. Save up to 55% on dental care from a network of trusted WDA dentists. Edmundo Sosa, the first man to face Jared Koenig. His first save came August 18th of last year. It was against Cleveland, a 2-0 victory. The first one is down and in on Edmundo Sosa, 1 ball and no strikes. Sosa waits the 1-0. That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sosa has never faced Koenig before. Koenig sets and is 1-1. Fly ball center field. Sends Perkins a couple of steps back. He'll make the catch. 1 up and 1 down. One for 4 for Edmundo Sosa.
Jeff, they've got final in Chicago. Braves win it 5-1.
That's good news for the Brewers. I believe they are final in Cincinnati as well.
Correct. 13-9 your final.
So that means the Brewers have an opportunity to pick up a couple of games on that magic number against the Reds. Pitch to Wilson. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1 on Weston Wilson. A 2-run home run back in the 7th inning. Made it a 3-run game. His 4th home run of the season. 0-1 pitch. And it's down and in. Did it hit him? Yes, it did. It's a hit by pitch. So the curveball comes down and in and hits Weston Wilson. The batter reaches, and it's Trey Turner, who is 2 for 2 in his career against Koenig. The Brewers thinking about challenging, and they will not. Pat Murphy holding. Barely got him, if it did at all. Maybe got the bottom of his cleat. Trey Turner takes low for ball 1. The biggest part is that you got a base runner, and that tying run is in the on-deck circle, and you've got some thump looming. 1 ball, no strikes on Trey Turner. Koenig throws home, and it's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Trey Turner. 6-3 Brewers in the top of the 9th inning. One, fouled away, and it's 1-2. August, September, the dog days. Well, we're in it now. Dog days, brat days, whatever you want. Make sure you've got plenty of Usinger sausage, Pine River cheese spreads, and Cedar Crest ice cream to polish it all off. Trey Turner waits. Here comes a 1-2 pitch from Jared Koenig, and it's fouled back. Got away with one right there. That was a cutter right down the middle to Trey Turner. 28,500 plus at the ballpark tonight, including dogs. Hoping to see the 86th win of the year for the Brewers. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 98-mile-an-hour fastball off the plate away. And Jared Koenig strikes out Trey Turner. That brings up Kyle Schwarber, but the best that Schwarber can do is bring the Phillies within a run. Schwarber 0 for 2 today. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Waits on Jared Koenig. Runner goes for second. Schwarber takes high for ball 1. They allow Weston Wilson to get to second base on indifference. Schwarber 0 for 4 lifetime against Koenig with a strikeout. Left-hander ready. 1 ball, no strikes on Schwarber. Lifts the leg and throws. It's a strike. Belt high with a cutter. 1 ball and 1 strike on Schwarber. Fans on their feet. Brewers fans, Phillies fans alike. 6-3 Milwaukee in the 9th. Koenig at the belt again and deals. Ground ball, second base. Terang has it. Throws to first and the ball game is over. A 6-3 Brewers victory. The series is tied at a game apiece, and a rubber match coming your way tomorrow afternoon in Milwaukee. 6-3 your final. Good one today from American Family Field. We'll be back with the totals in just a moment on the Brewers Radio Network.
This is Al Feckler at Cannon & Dunphy. We've been helping people just like you for over 40 years, and we've never been about gimmicks or billboards, just 40 years of proven results. If you've been injured, call the team at Cannon & Dunphy so that we can get you the help you need.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at GreatMidwestBank.com.